Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Collecting Profit with my friend here, Michael, Huddle Card Collection.
What's up?
Tonight we have some really awesome guests. We actually have two of them, which is going to be double the pleasure, double the fun. But before we get to them, Michael, how are you doing this week, man? Anything new going on over in Huddle Card Land?
Man, doing great. Been, traveling a lot for work and stuff and doing some other stuff. Hey, Lockin, how you doing? Looking forward. We got Rip and Chip coming up tomorrow night. And then what's today's the 6th? So we are 11 days away from the first Collecting Profit YouTube sports card sale. So, set set your calendars, come on back, plan on having a lot of fun and stuff like that. So looking forward to doing that. And looking forward to talking tonight.
You said that's going to be on a Sunday? You said that's going to be on a Sunday?
Sunday, the 17th of December, 5:30, I believe, is when we're starting. But
awesome.
We have the links up there. The links are the video. It's already set up on Anthony's channel, so get ready. Come on, have some fun. Alan, how you doing? Sean, Jedi Master, how you doing? Lockin, how you doing? So,
what's up, guys? Appreciate y'all being here. Mama's here in the house as well. Good to see you all. If anybody is interested in participating in this sale or future sales, make sure you reach out to myself and Michael on social media or by email, and we can definitely get you linked up with us. Without further ado, I want to take this opportunity to introduce our guests this evening. We have Tommy 2.0. The Bargain Effect, and we also have Destiny, the Shamrock Pixie. Both these guys each have YouTube channels. Some of you guys in the chat, like Hip Flip and Mama, I know Mama knows you guys well. Some other people that are joining us probably know you guys well just because of the nature of you guys being on the channel a lot very early on. But there's a lot of new people that have joined us recently that are, into cards and different things, even still eBay and flipping things. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of bring you guys back on and, reintroduce you guys to some new people that are with us. What is up, Titus? Good to see you, brother. Dom's in the house. Good to see you as well. If you guys could just give a quick rundown of your channels and kind of like what you guys do. And anything else that you just like kind of want to open up with sharing.
Yeah, well, I'm Tommy, Bargain Effect, and that's all across all social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatnot, everywhere. It's the Bargain Effect. So find me on any of those. And then we have a business. We sell vinyl graphics for cars and walls and signage, and we're dabbling into the whatnot category a little bit. We're all over there. We're trying to find our niche there. We're doing clothing, plush, jewelry, everything. So we're kind of all over the board.
That's awesome. It's good. It's good to hear that you're trying different things because, like, as of right now, I've really only tried cards, but I have other stuff I'd like to sell. So it'll be good to be able to pick your brain on some of these other things as well. How about you, Des? Want to tell us a little bit about your channel?
So I am Des, aka the Shamrock Pixie. I was doing a mental health YouTube channel. I do have a lot of the episodes still up, so if you want to reach out and watch any of those, they might help. Otherwise, I just kind of make decals and help with whatnot and dabbling in like the jewelry and it's all on the Bargain Effect whatnot account. And then I'm gonna start with mixed bead lots, and so see how that goes, and baby clothes and decals. So
yeah. And our daughter, the reason we decided to take the dive into whatnot is because Jaslyn, our daughter, she's the one that actually wants to be the
star.
Yeah. The Bargain Effect face on whatnot. So
That's really cool.
she's really getting into the women's clothing and the plush sales.
Nice. I gotta teach my nephews to do that. That's a wonderful idea.
She makes the plush dance.
Nice.
So it's funny.
She loves
That's
the
really
camera.
cool.
She loves the camera. She's got the personality for it. So
Yeah.
See where it goes.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's it
I
is
hear-
a very interesting platform. It's nice to see that, more stuff getting on there. I mean, obviously, a lot of times Anthony and I, we kind of gravitate more towards, just the sports card stuff. But, I'm sure there can't be a ton of, custom decal, whatnot channels out there.
We haven't found not a one. I did find one guy that I connected with on Whatnot. He does custom stickers, like full color stickers, and he doesn't really sell on Whatnot. It almost uses it like a YouTube. He goes live and he fulfills customer orders, and then
That's really
every
cool.
once in a while he'll gain a sale from doing that. But
That's actually cool.
yeah, there's not really a bunch of people. We haven't found anybody doing live shows selling decals. There are decals listed in the marketplace,
Right?
Yeah.
but nobody that's actually doing live shows. We made a couple attempts. We'll do some more, see if we can gain a following on it.
Yeah, it seems like that's been the hardest part. Like for me,
Yeah.
that's what's discouraged me every time I do it. It's like, oh man, like I can't even sell stuff for it's like opening bid, and at the opening bid, it's like I'm giving it away. So like that's been like super discouraging for me.
I'm guilty of that too. Very guilty of that. Because with the jewelry, I have really nice statement pieces that are worth some money. And so I was trying to save those till we got more followers.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, you need to show those. And I'm like, they're in the background. So we have over by my desk where I do the decals or make the decals. We have another desk, kitty corner from it, where he actually built walls and put nails in them so that I could hang up all the necklaces, and it's like the little jewelry area. And I like it. I like that little area. Yeah. He did a good job, him and Jaslyn. So,
but I did. I told her. I said, you can't just show the low end stuff to try to get people to follow you, because if you don't show nice pieces, then you're not going to attract people that are going to be into those nice pieces. You don't have to sell them at $1. You don't have to sell them at $2. Sell them at what you're comfortable with. And if nobody bids, then nobody bids, But you got to show it. You got to show that you have something worth buying. That's my opinion.
Makes a lot of sense. Because there's been a lot of times where I just haven't put up better stuff. They'll be like, hey, do you have any like Joe Burrow rookie cards? And they'll be like, well, yeah, I do, but not at like, $1 start. You know what I mean? So,
right.
And most of the time, like whenever I do card auctions, I just buzz it through at like $1 or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's good to know that you guys do still show those higher ticket items, but is it just like a buy it now price, or do you just have like a lesser start at an auction?
We just do a start, like she'll show, I don't know jewelry, so I can't, but she'll show a piece, say, we run a lot of jewelry at like $1 and $2, or we'll group. What'd you do last time? Group 3 to 5 pieces together. Yeah. For a $2-3 start. But if she's got a piece that she feels is worth, say, $45 on Poshmark, then she'll try to do like a $10 start on Whatnot.
Yeah, I have some Trifari pieces, which I'm excited because I don't know. I don't remember a whole lot about jewelry because it's been so long and things have changed. And but I learned Trifari, and I learned to recognize like the little signature and the little piece that goes with it to signify that it's a Trifari. But I also know that brand, some pieces are not worth much and other pieces are. Just learning how to figure out which is the challenging part at this moment. So, but I was really proud of myself that I remembered and I got it. So, real quick, can you scroll up here? Hip Flip and Mama made a comment. She said they let ducks in their kitchen during bad weather. We do. We have animals. We do have, well, we had 2 ducks. One passed away, but we still have one.
Sorry.
Her name is Brock. And during the winter time, when it's below 50 degrees, well, she can withstand negative 50 degrees, but I bring her in when it's like negative 20 out and we set up the kitchen area for her. We let her play in the bathtub for about an hour and then she comes out and then she kind of just chills in the kitchen on a tarp and some towels and stuff. So yes, we do have animals, birds. We are a bird family. So
We got plenty of birds.
we have plenty of birds, 9 parakeets, 1 parrot, and a duck.
Oh wow.
That's awesome. I didn't realize you guys had that many now.
Yeah.
I remember Mr. Pickles fondly though.
Oh, a lot of people remember Mr. Pickles, but he's ornery. He's getting older, and so he's getting cranky, and I can't have him around when I'm live because he squawks and he distorts everybody's speakers that are listening.
Bird drives me nuts.
Yeah, him and Mr. Pickles don't get along, but he's my baby. And so, yeah, we still have him. And we also have a cat who thinks she's mama to all the birds.
Nice.
And
Normally
we
you'd
have,
see the cat wanting to eat the birds.
Better than trying to eat them.
nope,
Yeah.
these are her babies. She's very protective. We can't even bring a kitten in the house because she gets so cranky and ornery towards that cat because she's afraid that it's going to attack the birds. So we can't even bring another cat in the house. But we do have a ground squirrel that Jasmine rescued this past summer. His name is Petey, and that is her baby.
Nice.
So we have a zoo.
Now, so you do the custom decals? Do you do custom decals of your will you like take a picture of one of your birds to create a decal for other people who may have that type of bird?
We can do it with a picture. We do a lot of dogs is what we do for people.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
People send us a lot of pictures of their dogs or dogs that have passed away and they want like a memorial sticker or something.
Nice.
So yeah, we can take a picture. We can take a picture of your face and make a decal.
No, it would not have to go in.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might do better selling something else.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying,
You put that on the back of the truck. People be, oh look, hey, stay away from there.
That would be awesome.
So I know, Tommy, it's like you guys used to be an everything seller on eBay. Is that fair to say?
Yep. I used to sell everything and anything.
What made you steer towards doing the custom sticker work?
It was something that Des was really into, and it takes up a whole lot less space. A whole lot less space, and it's something like we can have a design and we can list it and we can sell it 1,000 times over, and we don't have to go source product, we don't have to clean product, we don't have to test product. All we have to do is list it and sell it over and over and over and over again.
Awesome.
So Dom, you said you wanted to try and sell the beast. There you go. All you have to do is get a picture to Tommy and Des. They'll make a picture of them, and then boom, you could sell the beast on eBay, brother. There you go.
What is the beast?
That's one of the guys.
That's John's nickname.
That's John's nickname.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
One Foot Flipper says they're using standard envelope or stamps for your stickers.
Okay, up until November 1st, we were using stamps, just 6x9 envelopes, because most of our decals go out. They're 5.5 inches, so they fit in a 6x9 envelope. On eBay, we sell 2 sizes. We sell the 5.5 or we sell an 11.5. The 11.5s would go out first class. But up until November 1st, they didn't have standard envelope in the decal category. So everything went out with just a regular stamp. And then thankfully, as of November 1st of this year, they opened the category up to decals, which makes us very happy.
Very.
Any idea what might have happened there?
I don't know. But we'll let Des tell us because she's so more enthused about it because she is so convinced it was all us. So go ahead.
No, it was all you. So because we were having the post office issues, I had asked Tommy if there was a way that he could talk to eBay and see if they would open up the standard envelope shipping stuff, and or the eBay standard envelope. I will get this right. But he was like, no, I don't think they will. It doesn't look like they're even planning on it. So I was like, could you just please try? He's like, okay. So he reached out to eBay for Business on Facebook, and they told him no. They didn't think that it was going to be opening up. And hello, Craig. And then he went on LinkedIn and typed in eBay and found some big players in eBay and messaged them all. And within a few days of talking back and forth with eBay, the eBay standard envelope was opened up to stickers and decals, patches, greeting cards, and seeds. So, and it was because of him. I just made the idea, but because of how he reached out and was, explaining what the situation was and how it was affecting people and how it would make not only the sellers, but the buyers happy too, because then they'd be able to track through eBay what was going on with their stuff, where with the stamp, you can't do that. And so it did. We got notified before November 1st that it was going to be put into play. And so,
and up until that point, we had buyers claiming, hey, I never got my decal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when it's a stamp, what can you do? None. You refund them, right? Maybe they got it, maybe they didn't, maybe they're scamming, but you have nothing to stand on. So we just refund them. We put them on our block list so we didn't sell to them again, because whether it was they're scamming or it didn't get delivered to them, we don't want the same issue.
For sure.
And it was happening. It was happening more and more. So then I signed up through the post office to get my own letter tracking, which I'm sure everybody that does cards or whatever, they've heard of the Letter Track Pro software that gives you a little tracking number, but you can actually do it through the post office for free.
Oh, nice.
Not have to pay the letter track fees on it and whatever. Well, then we found out that a majority of these people that were saying they weren't getting their decals indeed weren't getting their decals. Like, they're just going MIA in the mail and they're never receiving them. We're never getting them back. And then that's when we got onto eBay and said, we need to do something to protect ourselves because the post office isn't doing their job.
Yep. And the hub that they were getting hung up at and mysteriously vanishing. Yeah. I mean, I was in at the post office every single day saying, hey, people are saying they're not getting their stuff. I have printouts this thick, and I'm sure my postal ladies are really tired of me coming in and saying, hey, got another 6 of them that said that, that's just an example. They didn't get their decal. What's going on? I can literally physically show that they left our post office, went to this hub, and were never seen again. I have the proof. She's reached out to her team. They're not getting back to her. So Now I'm like, I got very, what is the word? I got very obsessed with the whole situation because I knew I was doing them. I knew I was taking them to the post office. The postal ladies were taking them. They even said, we sent it out. I mean, because I always show up at the end of the day before they close, and I literally watch as they put them into the tub, and the lady or the guy who's coming to pick up the totes takes them out to his truck. So it was very frustrating, and to me, it felt like people were thinking that we were scamming them, and I don't think so. That's not who we are. And so, yeah, I do have like paperwork like this of everything I tracked. I printed out everything off of eBay. When he signed up for the postal tracking stuff, I have all those printed out for every decal that we sent out through there. And it was the same place. So,
wow.
yeah, it was the same place. So,
So you
now we don't have-
basically, oops, sorry. So you basically started using the eBay standard envelope about 5 weeks ago.
Yep. As of
So
November
what
1st.
what are your thoughts? How do you feel about it? I mean, if you take the 5 weeks since you started, if you took the last 5 weeks when you didn't have it, have you noticed a change? I mean, are you seeing that stuff's actually getting delivered now? That before, where when
Stuff
you
is
guys might have?
stuff is actually getting delivered, and what the difference is, because eBay standard envelope, it's the same type of tracking that we use through the postal tracking. It's the same number. It's scanned the same way. It's not the same as like a first class package tracking or a priority tracking. It's the same tracking that we were using before. The only difference is the type of label it's printed on.
Right.
So I don't know if it's because it's got a 4x6 label on it now that they feel this one's traceable and the other ones were just whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't had any issues. So we're very happy
Nice.
that the standard envelope has come into play.
Lots of
Did
weight
not
off the shoulders. Let me tell you, I love the eBay standard envelope
Did
option.
not using it previous to November, did that keep you guys from being top rated?
Yeah.
I know before, like whenever I was selling mainly cards, then I went to everything because I was selling mainly cards, PWE, plain white envelope with a stamp. Like it wasn't tracking my shipping on time metric or whatever. So like
Right.
I would
Yeah.
ding pretty crazy, and because of that was like literally the only reason I couldn't be top rated for like a number of years. But then once I started using the standard envelope, like obviously I'm top rated now, and there's like no more issues with that. But it just felt like a system that was kind of rigged, especially with like that's how you sell those items.
Right. Yeah. And because we didn't have only like 35% of our packages went out tracked, because those were the bigger ones that went out first class. So the rest of it was all, and in order to be top rated, I think you have to have like a 95% or 98% on time tracking.
Yeah.
So yeah, we, for the last 3-4 years, whatever it's been, we just been rated at what is that, above standard or whatever.
Yeah.
So now we're working on bringing that up.
Yeah.
It's only been since November 1st. When I just checked eBay the other day, I think we went from 32 or 35%. We're up to like 47% on time. So I'm hoping within the next month and a half or so, we can hit that top rated.
I'm going to be celebrating when we do.
Yeah. I mean, because like with somebody as skilled with you guys are with like reselling and eBay and stuff like that, for something as stupid as I'm a decal seller, so literally like 90% of my sales are with a stamp, like to keep you out of being top rated, even though like you're probably getting great feedback on each one of those orders. It's dumb.
Right. And I don't understand what took eBay so long to do it, because Etsy's been doing it forever.
Yeah. Well, that's cool to know that Etsy does that. Well, I guess they'd have to with so many custom things that they kind of work through on there. Now, are you guys still doing Etsy as well?
Yes.
Nice. How many platforms are you guys selling on now?
Right now, it's pretty much just eBay and Etsy, and then what we're dabbling in on Whatnot.
Okay, nice.
So that's about it.
Do you I was gonna say, do you find that you have more sales on Etsy as opposed to eBay with the nature of it being custom works that you're selling?
Well, we don't have as many listings on Etsy. Like I don't have everything processed. Like eBay is my main platform. Everything goes there first. And then Etsy's just kind of the side thing. So it's kind of hard to compare because I only have a fraction of the listings on Etsy.
Gotcha.
I think if I had cross-listed everything and had the same amount on both platforms, this quarter, just this quarter particularly, I think we'd be doing better on Etsy than eBay, just because this quarter is really bad for eBay for us for some reason.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people saying that regardless of kind of what category that they sell in. Like I'll see people that sell jewelry, from people that sell like antiques to people that sell cards, and like everybody's saying, hey, my sales are down, like, you know, from whatever. Like I've really just this past quarter only really been doing it on a part-time basis. So like I really couldn't tell, you know, if my sales were specifically down or not. But yeah, I've been hearing that a lot. So real quick, Christopher had a question. He's asking which phone or camera is best to buy for taking pictures and listing items on eBay. I sell sports cards and want to improve my picture quality. So right now, what I use phone-wise is just like a regular iPhone. I think I have like the 13 Pro or something like that. But like any like newer phone, like Apple's always good because they have good cameras, but any like newer phone with a good camera would be fine. One thing I'm gonna do, I was just actually showing Michael the picture the other day on Instagram. I just got one of the new Fujitsu scanners, you know, that you can kind of even send the card through in a top loader. It scans it front and back. You can hook it up to AI software and stuff like that. So for me, the answer is getting one of those to go to the next level. For you, it just might be getting a clear picture. And if that's like all you're really looking after, like any smartphone would probably be more than adequate. Any of you guys want to add anything to that, or like any suggestions on how to get better pictures?
I mean, I had the S10 Plus. I mean, the truth is, then, I mean, look, camera, phone, whatever. If you're, you know, doing one of those things, you know, your light source is also going to be important, also, right? I mean, if you're, you know, if you're taking, you know, in a dark room with not a lot of light or a light behind you, casting shadows and stuff like that, you know, so it is still, you know, lighting will help a lot, you know, with whatever you have. I have an S10, you know, from from Samsung, and you got to figure that's, you know, probably what, 3 years old, 2-3 years old. They're up to like the 22 now. So I mean, you know, the lighting is also as important as the phone you're using.
Yeah, for sure.
When I was doing to sell everything on eBay, I still have it sitting here.
It's still on the charger.
Yeah, it's an old Samsung. I think it's the S8 Edge or whatever. And you hit it right on the head. Your lighting is one of the most important things, I believe, affects your picture quality. You know, we've tried everything. I bought the camera kits with the big umbrellas and the diffusers and all of that, and I found my best pictures were a white shade from the thrift store and daylight shop lights from Walmart. Yeah. My whole photo setup right now, and I'd go right back and I'd use the same thing. Cost me less than $20. Yeah. And if any phone you have now, if you have a current working phone that's hooked up through a service, I guarantee is going to have a better camera than this one, and this camera was well enough.
Yeah.
Nice. I have a Google Pixel 7 Pro. And it takes, Tommy says it takes better pictures than his iPhone.
It does. I have the iPhone 11, which we use it on Whatnot. It's fabulous. It's great for doing clothing, shirts, and whatever. But when she does her jewelry, her camera for close-ups is so much better. It blows my iPhone away. So when we're doing the Whatnot jewelry, we use hers. When we're doing everything else, we use mine.
Yeah.
Now,
cool.
I got a question. Now, you're talking about this top loader scanner. Now, that's probably a pricey piece of equipment, right? I would imagine.
Yes. Yeah. They're anywhere from, like, if you get them used, they can be like, you know, $600. You get them brand new, they could be upwards of $1,000.
So what about a card seller just using a regular flatbed scanner on their all-in-one printer?
You can. The only issue with that is speed. Like, whenever you use one of the ones where you basically you can drop a stack of like 10 cards in at one time, and within seconds it's going to give you front and back cropped like in a folder, and then it's going to start like with the AI to like start your listing for you.
Right.
So that's kind of like the benefit.
You gotta remember where you came from, Anthony. Not everybody has the kind of money to drop, you know. What about the guy that's just trying to get going here? What can he
Michael has one that was like a fraction of the price that does pretty much the same thing. Can you do the top loaders, Michael? Or can you not do top loaders?
I can do top loaders, I can do card savers, penny sleeves, and mine was I believe mine was about 185, 200. Mine's the Epson.
Yeah.
You know, and for what I do, it's great. I think, you know, it's not as fast as the one that Anthony's talking about, but, you know, I'm not full time, so I don't, you know, so I'm not trying to get to, you know, 10,000 listings, 20,000 listings very, very quickly. But I, you know, it helps me a lot because when I take those 50 cards and stuff and I throw them through the scanner, and then the way I kind of have them sorted to list it, I can get those 50 cards done very, very quickly in less than an hour.
I do want to
without using special software to create listings. That's all manual. That's just manual, you know, similar type stuff.
Real quick, Craig said Tommy used to take stock photos apparently. So the setup that he was telling you about, the under $20, eBay literally messaged him and told him he wasn't allowed to use stock photos on unused items. And he's like, I took those pictures. They made him do a series of pictures to prove that he's the one that took them and then not stock. And it happened a few times, quite a few times.
That was quite a while ago.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago. But
now I see everybody using stock photos on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they enforce that so much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot more too, especially with a lot of like the people that use AI, like in the card space. I've seen a lot more stock-esque pictures being used on certain things. That's awesome. Craig was telling me this actually on Facebook the other day. You got it's basically like the step down from the one I have. It was like if this is like the 13, it's like the 12. You know what I mean? As far as like the scanner right before. So it's like every bit as good. He picked it up for $30, which is like the steal of a century.
Wow.
Yeah, he said it's working really well though, so that's awesome.
Dom had a question.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Craig, he had another question in regards to do any of you guys have the Dymo 4XL label printer? I used to have one of those, but that was before simple envelope. I since upgraded to the Rollo, so like now I don't use the Dymo anymore, so I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it might be as simple as just like changing like the size you're printing to just like one step down, maybe. Or something like that. But I don't know if any of you guys had any questions in regard to standard envelope not printing all the way on the label.
No,
I have a printer, so I don't have that. Mine fits fine.
I've never had an issue. I have the knockoff Rollo. I just bought another one. We needed another one too. was just a label range. I got the first one I bought. I think I paid $60 on Amazon, and then I just got this open box one. It just came the other day for $40 on eBay, and I have never had an issue with the first one. So,
oh, nice. Mama just said in the chat that College Picker does a video on it with labels, so that might be a good resource to trying to figure out how to get that label fixed.
There was a question up a little bit. Fire
Dom-
starter brakes.
Yeah, and
Okay,
Dom
cool.
had a question too.
Okay, Dom had one as well. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to find all the questions, and so
No,
Was it the
I-
body
question.
parts one or?
No,
Sorry.
no,
Up a little
do you-
higher.
yeah, you all make the stuff you sell. All our
Okay, there we
decals
go.
we make and send out. So yes.
yeah,
Was
they're
this the question? You make the stuff you sell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Dom had one up a little higher.
Little higher. Can you take me higher?
Oh yeah. What are your? Nope. That's. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are your top moving products to sell?
Our top moving products, all we do is decals, and they vary. I mean, they go in influxes of like what is some weeks everybody's ordering dog decals, other weeks people are ordering mudding and ricer style decals,
Or camping, or
yeah,
fishing.
it just depends, certain fishing seasons, hunting seasons, those decals will spike. It just varies. We can't say like this is our number one all the time, because there isn't one.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say I know saying seasonal is not the right word, but is it as we are going into something that normally happens, I guess, which would be considered seasonal, but as we go into the fall, like you said, if does more like fall stuff go, camping, fishing? I'm like, I don't know, and then
like come spring will come a lot of your like barbecue decals, your camping decals, your boating decals,
fishing.
Come fall or spring, yeah, when the fishing openers are, fishing decals go, and then in fall fishing decals go again, because it's another fishing season, deer hunting season and all that. So all your outdoor hunting style decals go. We don't really do any holiday. We don't limit ourselves to like holiday, because Halloween, if we focus on making Halloween decals, we're going to sell at Halloween. We spent all that time on it, and then it's dead for a year. So we kind of do things that'll sell all.
Yeah, we use universal decals that would flow into like a Halloween theme.
Okay.
But can be used all year round.
Gotcha.
Do you have to be careful with, like, for example, like I think of Universal that could be both like multiple holidays. Like I think of Nightmare Before Christmas, but I'm sure you can't like put like a Jack Skellington, or can you do something that looks like Jack Skellington without actually saying, "Hey, this is a Disney character"? Like, do you have to like dance around that kind of stuff?
Legally, you can tiptoe around it, and you can do your version of a Jack Skellington as long as it's not too close. But we don't play that game. We don't even want to risk that game.
Mm-hmm.
Either our designs are 100% uniquely designed by us, and that's usually only happens in custom orders, or we pay for licensed designs. We buy a license to sell that design.
Nice. Is that easy to obtain?
What's that?
Is that easy to obtain, like a license to sell a design?
Sure. If you know where to go.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you run a business dealing in it, you know where to go. I was just curious. That's pretty cool though. That like you can.
Now, is it easy to get a license to sell Mickey Mouse? No, not unless you're going to pay big bucks. But to get a licensed design that gives you the rights to sell, use, redo, or what you want with the design, yes, that's fairly easy and fairly inexpensive.
Yeah. Okay. That
Yeah.
makes
How
a
do
lot
you
of sense.
know if you have to do that when you get it? If you get a request from somebody?
Well, it depends. We've had people that have asked us, "Hey, can you make me a Harley decal for my bike or for my wall or whatever?" And we can't. Now I can make one. I can make a Harley decal and I can give it to you as a gift for your garage. You can do whatever you want with it, but I cannot sell it to you because right there, then that's where the problem creates. So we just
Don't mess with it.
yeah, we decline out of it and explain it. There's a copyright on that particular thing, and our business is not worth the risk of infringing on it.
Do you get
For
more
sure.
of that custom type request through Etsy, or do you getting a lot of that through eBay also?
We don't mostly what we get, most of our custom requests aren't for like any type of trademark stuff that we have to worry about.
Ah.
A lot of the custom requests are, people will be like, are you able to make a decal of, we get a lot of my dog, or my dog passed away. Can you put wings on my dog and then put the dates and whatever.
The name and the date and stuff on there. Yeah.
Those are mostly what our requests are.
Out of curiosity, well, Don actually had a question. I'll ask his first. How many licensed products do you guys sell? Do you have like a count on that, or is it just like if something comes up that might be a licensed thing, you apply for it?
Right now, we have 625 licensed products in our store.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
And we have access to literally millions of them because I pay a subscription to them.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So if you say, hey, I'm looking for
A peacock.
we
had a request for one just recently. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to my site and probably pick from a few different dozen peacocks.
Yeah.
And then that's included in my subscription. Or you can go to that site if you don't have the subscription, you can pay per individual if you're just your little one-off crafter and you're doing craft shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then
really
I have that license and I can do what I want with that peacock. Now I can manipulate it or I can add to it or take from it and sell it. The only thing I can't sell is the actual digital file.
Okay. That makes sense. And I'm glad I asked his question first because your answer kind of led more into kind of what I was thinking of asking with my question. I was going to ask, like, in terms of selling these things, have you ever done, like, I know you've done, like, live selling on Whatnot. Have you ever tried live selling in person, like, as far as going to, like, a flea market or a craft show or a swap meet or something like that, and setting up like, hey, here's like a wall of designs you can get, like, or you just send us an email of your thing. And have you ever tried that, or have you ever thought of doing something like that to kind of do like a print on demand?
Right. We haven't tried it. We have given it thought. We've talked about it. We've thought about, maybe putting a enclosed trailer together kind of as like a mobile shop that we could go to, like car shows, swap meets, places where people would actually want maybe a custom decal made. In our area here, right by Wisconsin Dells, we have multiple car shows a year. So we have thought of, but then you got to take computers. You got to be set up to be able to power the computers, the cutters.
Also, you got to be in an area where it's not dusty, because if the dust gets in between the decal and the transfer tape, it is a pain in the butt to try to get it out. So you have to start all over again with the transfer tape. So, there's a lot to go into it. And that's why we were discussing the pop-up trailer, because we can enclose it with glass or with windows or whatever, and we can do it. They can still watch and see what we're doing, and they can stand from the time I start to the time I end the decal, start to finish, and watch the whole process if they wanted to. We just haven't really sat down and talked fully in it. We just
We've tossed
Yeah.
it around, but
Yeah.
we haven't done it yet. But I think it's coming in the future.
That's cool. Question from Dom. He says, is there a avenue you would like them to reach out to you for custom stuff? Like anybody specifically in the chat or that's going to be watching this back, where's the best place they can reach you? And I guess to follow up on that question is, what kind of turnaround time would they have to reach out to you in to get custom stuff done in time for Christmas in case somebody would want to get gifts?
A lot of times we can turn around most times in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Most of the time it's a 24-hour turnaround.
Tommy, you gotta let Des sleep a little bit. Come on, man.
I didn't even know why. My favorite part of the whole decal stuff is the weeding part. After it's cut, going in and removing the vinyl that turns it into a picture is my favorite part. It is my woosah. It is my woosah.
And then as far as getting a hold of us, I would say Instagram would be probably the easiest.
Cool. And I do have both Instagrams scrolling below us. So if you guys want to go ahead and grab that, I'll also type it in the chat. But go ahead, Tommy. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was just going to say, because that's the one that I get all my alerts on. And, so the Instagram would be your best bet. Otherwise, any of the other platforms searchable at the Bargain Effect.
Yes. Contact him because I tend to forget. I'll get the message, think that I responded, and then forget a week later. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, crap. I didn't respond. Crap. So it's better to reach out to him. And he's really fast. So
try to be.
Cool. So yeah, if you guys have any customs you want to get for Christmas, hit him up. Like you said, you can turn stuff over typically within 24 hours. Keep in mind though, guys, you do have shipping this holiday season as well. So factor in a few days for that as well. If you guys are looking to get something done as a present, make sure you factor in that shipping time as well.
And I know the post office put out the 16th in order to be received by Christmas. Give yourself a few more days than that because they're moving slow already.
Mm-hmm.
You work with any
question here
from
Brendan. Good to see you, Brendan. Appreciate you being here, brother. He says, my question is, do you work with any exotic materials? The funny thing is, the first time I read that, I thought it said erotic materials. I was going to be like, you must know Tommy.
We'll sell anything.
I mean,
I don't exactly know what he means by exotic materials.
Sure
I guess just like uncommon or like I guess if you could elaborate more too, Brendan, but I guess the way I take that is like, say there'd be like a special type of like printer paper or something like that is not used very often because it's expensive or something like that. Do you import that type of stuff? Or I would imagine it's like the type your materials you're actually using to make your stuff.
Yeah, well, everything is just made on permanent adhesive vinyl. We use a really high quality vinyl. The manufacturer tells us that they'll back it with a 10-year warranty. So that's what we back it with. We haven't had any complaints or anything. So I mean, exotic, when I think of exotic vinyl, I mean like holographic maybe.
Have you used carbon fiber? I think that might be what he's talking about.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, when it comes to carbon fiber, it would still just be a permanent vinyl with a carbon fiber print. I mean, it wouldn't actually be. There's no way we'd be able to cut real carbon fiber.
No, but we do have like. Oh, let me find the thing. So this has got glitter in it. This is vinyl that has glitter. And you can actually feel the glitter.
That's pretty cool.
And then we've got the holographic.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, as you can see,
make some cool custom cards with those type of vinyls, I would imagine. Like refractory type labels or something like that, or
Yeah.
cards. That'd be cool looking. You can get into all kinds of cool custom stuff with that, I bet.
And then
That's something that I've noticed more and more in the collectible space is I go to card shows. There's more and more people selling like custom cards for like insane like amounts of money. I've even seen there's this one artist called Piggy Banks that basically makes cards on like refractory type paper like you're showing there, and like he sells them for like hundreds of dollars because it's like it looks like Ric Flair or Darth Vader or something like that. And so it might be something to like look about maybe adding into like the Etsy shop or the eBay shop, just like if you can get like a little card design or something like that, might bring you a new demographic of people looking to get customs.
Well, I mean, we could duplicate like a card and put a refracting laminate over the top, so it would give it that look, and we can actually sublimate it onto a piece of PVC, so you'd have like a hard card,
Mm-hmm.
Of I don't know, say your favorite card that you'd want to display, but you don't want to let nobody touch your real one type thing.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
that would be cool.
Man,
Dom was saying, are we going to see a live demonstration? I would imagine it'd be difficult to do a live because you guys have big machinery that you use to actually produce your stuff. So it's not just like, I would imagine that'd probably be difficult to get a live one. That'd be cool.
And it's on a totally different floor.
We should get some kind of decals to give away from them, though, Michael. I think that'd be cool.
You know what? Yeah,
As
we have to
like-
come up with something.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with either that or like I know I've actually had stickers Tommy's done in the past for me. He's done hats for me. He's done shirts for me. Do you still do any of the other stuff, or are you mainly sticking just to the decals now?
We have the ability to do the other stuff. We just haven't really spent much time marketing it. I mean, we still have all the shirt presses. We have the HTV. We have the sublimation mugs. We got a whole bunch of sublimation stuff we bought through Marketplace. Somebody was getting rid of all their supplies, and we bought them out. So we got like tumblers and keychains and all of that. But the decals keep us pretty busy. But we have the ability. And then I bought this right here. I don't know if you can see this, but I bought inside here's a big laser engraver.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
So I've been wanting to add that, and I think she grabbed some samples. I've been playing with it. These don't look the greatest, but
That would be good, Tom. Oh, wow.
Light switch plate cover.
Oh, that's really cool.
Can't trip me.
So we're working on that. And then she's got a sign here we did for her brother for a Christmas gift to her. I don't know if they wouldn't be watching this.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So,
yeah.
Here we go. She brought out something from the past.
Oh yeah, that's a blast from the past for sure. And you got
I still have mine, and it
awesome.
still looks just the same as it did when the day it was made.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
So I would like to add the laser engraver. Like here's a cutting board.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
One thing I'm curious about, would you guys be able to make game mats like like Pokemon, Magic, Lorcana? Some people that break cards just like to have a nice mat with like say like a Picksburgh logo on it, or like cool stuff like that. So it's like a big mouse pad looking thing, but like it would have like a custom design on it, maybe even have fields for like gaming.
Something like this.
Yeah, something exactly like that, only with custom stuff on it.
We can do that, and we can do it in a sublimation, so it would never like wash out, wear, crack, or peel, as long as it would, your base color would be the base mat would have to be white.
Okay.
We can turn the mat black or whatever color you would want, but the blank would have to be white. And
Nice.
then yeah, we could put your big logo across there or whatever if you wanted to have like different pictures of like different cards or whatever scattered about on them within the mat itself. Yeah, we'd definitely be able to do that.
Wow,
Yep.
that's pretty cool.
That's right, Mama. Shout out to Flippin' Hope.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Yeah, so if anyone would be interested in any of those type of items, not just decals, feel free to hit up Tommy on Instagram at the Bargain Effect. Again, it's gonna be scrolling down below, and I'll try to remember to put it in the description of this video afterwards in case anybody's watching it on replay.
That's one of our cutters right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 24-inch.
Yeah, that's
cutter.
a 24-inch optical.
Yeah. And then I have a 12-inch downstairs that's on my desk. And then we have a couple other, another 24-inch.
Down there.
Oh, yeah, it's down there. And then
two up there.
Yeah, we have. Well, the one that I use is downstairs in the basement in the dungeon.
So he's got you in the dungeon now. I know in the past he was always the dungeon dweller. You were upstairs.
Well, when he was on YouTube and
Yeah.
doing his eBay stuff, he was down in the dungeon, and now I'm in the dungeon. We switched, and
Probably moving on up.
Yeah, yeah. And we are going to get into doing more of like the custom mats like you were talking about, and t-shirts and hats and mugs and stuff like that. The biggest thing with that is our house is not wired for those presses. So like if you say, hey, can you do this for me? Can, you know, we get special orders? Yeah, we can definitely do it. But to market it to where we'd have to like run multiple presses at a time to get the orders out.
Yeah.
We'd probably burn our house down. So that's why we haven't moved in that direction.
Yeah, our wiring is silly, so
understandable. But it's cool that you still can accommodate some special orders, even though you're not set up for scale yet.
Right.
Looks like you got a nice setup there, though, with the computers, and you know, I see like a whole bunch of different colored. I guess the labels there, not labels, but
the vinyl rolls.
Yeah.
Those are there, but all the ones that we offer, these are for like special orders. Like if somebody wants a specific color, then we'll just grab one of those. But otherwise, we have certain colors that are in stock all the time in our eBay and our Etsy and stuff. So
nice. That's really cool.
So those stay downstairs with me.
Any advice for people that are maybe thinking about getting into that space, like as far as starting their own business or whatnot?
You don't want to do it. Stay away from it. You don't need to
Okay.
No, I will tell you, it's a tough, competitive market. It's. I don't want to say it's saturated because it's dependent on the designs. It's just it's one of those play to pay or pay to play type things, you know, because there is competition. We have to run heavily discounted sales. We have to, if you don't like paying promotion fees on eBay, decals aren't for you. You know, we have to run deep promotional fees to stay ahead of the game. But to get started, you can get in it for less than $500. I mean, you can start, and that's with getting your quality vinyl, getting your basic cutter, and just and just
the door flew open. Gabby came in here, and he was like,
but a lot of people jump in it, and they feel, well, I'm going to get on there, and I'm going to go and I'm going to sell a bunch of Packers stickers or Steelers stickers, and then they get shut down on eBay for copyright, you know, right away, and they didn't even pay off their machines yet. So, I mean, it's easy. Just the biggest advice: don't do any copyright material on any platform because they will catch you. They will still shut you down.
Oh yeah, we've talked to a few people that made that mistake, and they were done.
Beyond getting shut down, is there anything like fines or like imprisonment based on how bad it is? Like, or is it basically just like you get kicked off the platform? I mean, I don't know if you know. I'm just curious. Like, I've never...
Well, I know a guy personally that he was doing college decals.
Uh-huh.
He was just doing likeness. He wasn't even doing the exact duplicates. He was doing likeness by I forgot who the licensee is for college logos, but they came down on them, and he ended up coming. They took him to court. He lost his business. He lost his equipment, and he sued him for $160,000.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, so
That's wild.
Just don't do it.
It's not worth it. That's why when people come and say, hey, can you do this or do that? If it's anything to do with copyright, it's like, you know, I just kindly decline and tell them they may have luck finding somebody on Facebook Marketplace or something that'd be willing to do it.
Yeah, but we're not going to jeopardize our business over a decal. So as much as we love our customers, I'm sorry. This is important to us. So, and to our family. So, and then my advice is if you want to get into this, take it slow and do not try to learn everything at one time, as in sublimation, decals. Take one step at a time and learn it, master it, and then move on. If you want to do shirts, cups, mats, that kind of thing, take one thing at a time, because we made the mistake at the beginning of trying to learn everything at one time. And you want to talk about stressful? I was getting things all confused and
don't cheap out. If you want to sell to the public, make sure you're using quality stuff, because, you know, when we first started, we didn't know. There was nobody we knew that was doing this to say, hey, what is good quality vinyl? What's a good quality press? You know, so we had, you know, people would get their shit. Anthony, I think you had one that started lifting off pretty quick, and you know, it was like,
you guys always fixed it though. Like, it was never, you know, never an issue of, you know, quality or anything like that.
We didn't know. So make sure you do your research. Don't go on Amazon and buy your cheapest vinyl and go, because you're gonna regret it. And we gave a lot away, or we did it super cheap in the beginning because we needed people to tell us, hey, no, this stuff's crap or this isn't working. You know, now it took us a good year and a half for us to find our stuff that will back with a 10-year guarantee. Not t-shirts. We'll never back a t-shirt with a 10-year guarantee because there's so many variables in that. But like with our car decals and stuff, you know, it took us a good year and a half before we'd actually back the manufacturer's warranty with our guarantee that it's going to last you, you know.
Yeah, and even to this day, he'll be like, "Oh, I heard this is a really good vinyl. Do you want to try it?" I'm like, "Nope. I have my favorite vinyl that I use. It's the only vinyl that I'll use, and I'm
trying to tell her, man, you got to have a backup, because what if that company goes under?"
That's true. That's why you have, you know, multiple cutting machines. That's why you have to have that stuff, right? Because if one goes down, you can't be in a pinch and go, sorry, not going to be able to get your stuff out.
We do have a backup company, but I have so much faith as of right now with the company that we go through that we do have the backup, but I'm not worried at this point.
Nice.
You know,
and we do, and we go through them for everything. We go through them for our permanent decals. We go through them for our sublimation ink.
Yeah,
we go through them for our sticker paper and our laminate. And, you know, they're good, but you never know what tomorrow brings. You know,
right?
You know, maybe they're not paying their taxes and they get shut down.
Oh, and then I will be so mad at them, and then.
So Dom has a good question. What's the coolest custom stuff that you guys have done so far?
Let me see if I can find the picture. My favorite. You can tell them your favorite, but I have a favorite.
I don't get emotionally attached to our custom stuff. So she gets favorites. To me, it's just like do the work and make the money. But she falls in love with certain designs, and she grabbed her phone, so I know she's got one in mind.
Tommy,
Yeah.
do they have like a trade show to go and where you can see these cutters and applicate all these types of things, you know, in action?
Absolutely. They have like a ASD for printing. That's just a big print show, and it'll show you all the new vinyl colors and the new printing styles that are coming out and different types of presses. There's trade shows all the time for it. So these companies, you know, the cutter I would love to get. I mean, it's a $15,000 cutter.
Sorry.
But it does everything in one big swoop, and it does 64 inches wide.
Nice.
You know, so you could wrap a whole cargo van or a tour bus if you wanted with this machine. And
Yeah,
that's where the money's at.
That's awesome.
You know.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, you can go to these trade shows and check out. They have some really cool stuff.
Do you guys do a lot of the trade shows, like trying to learn different stuff about
we haven't done any in-person trade shows. I did a lot of like virtual trade shows and went to a bunch of webinars when these companies host them and whatever to check out their new equipment.
Okay. I found them.
Okay.
This was a memorial decal. And
Tilted a little bit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that does look nice.
I had it.
I had it. I lost it. Can you fix it?
Yeah.
Yep, right there.
Oh.
Oh, they had it. It was closer.
There you go.
Let me try this.
Stupid computers.
It would have been easier to send it to me and then share it.
Okay, well then I can.
Oh,
send
there
it.
it is.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Wow, that's really nice.
Here.
So does
I
that
will send
start
it.
out as black or white? What's the vinyl?
The vinyl is black.
Okay, so you peel away all the white pieces, Des?
Right.
Yep, I peel all of it until it gets to the white.
She's gonna send it to me and I'll just share the screen. That way you can get it.
Cool.
Yeah, a better idea.
There it is.
So everything that's white on this decal is what I removed.
Okay.
There we go.
So when you're looking at that,
Yeah, that does it a lot better justice.
yeah. So obviously the application on the part that what makes it stick is actually on the back side, because we're not looking at a reverse. You print it in reverse and then, or is it like that? Yeah,
It's cut just like that.
Oh, wow.
Right. So then what there is on the back of the black is the actual. Grab me a roll. I can explain it this way much better. Any roll.
That
one would be.
Oh.
That is actually incredible. That
black.
is really cool.
Okay, so when you start with vinyl. This isn't the vinyl we actually use. This is our crap vinyl that Jasmine uses. But it just comes in a sheet like this. We put it in the machine. We upload the design. The blade goes and it does all the cutting. Then she goes through and she weeds out what you see as white. She peels all that off, leaving the black stuck to this original backing here.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Yep. There you go.
My bad.
So, but that black that's on there is stuck to this backing.
Uh-huh.
When she has that all out, then there's a clear transfer tape that goes over the top of the design. So then when you receive it as a customer, what you're going to do is you're going to peel the white backing off. Then you're going to take the decal, place it where you want it, and you're going to varnish it down with a credit card or a little squeegee tool or whatever. And then when you pull that clear top transfer code off, the decal will stay on whatever you're applying it to.
Yeah. Wow.
It sounds confusing. It's really not. I mean, I wish I could show you, but I don't have anything ready.
No, I mean,
No,
it's pretty cool.
Did you guys make that design too of the dog? That looks like something that could actually be a tattoo, even.
She sent the picture of her dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Then we turned the picture of the dog into the decal, and then Des added the wings and the name and the date.
That looks really good.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So that's an actual dog that passed away at some point.
R.I.P. Nugget.
So that's a one and only. So you wouldn't be able to go online and find that design anywhere.
Yeah. That's cool.
That was very cool. That's, man, great work.
But in theory, if somebody had a dog or a pet, you could do something similar. You just obviously wouldn't use the same picture of Nugget. You would use, you'd create them their own custom one of one for their pet.
Right. Because let me see here if I can show you an example. Because every dog looks a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I clean these out or I still have them in here.
I'm looking too. I have them on my computer downstairs.
Yeah. I think because I just went through and cleaned out a bunch of them.
Do you want me to run down and send you a couple different ones that we have for the pets?
Let me see. Or you could just share them, jump into the link and share them.
Okay, I can do that. Let me run downstairs to my computer and then...
It'd be easier for you just to share them from down there than bringing them up.
Down to the dungeon.
Go to the dungeon.
I need a link.
Tommy's like, while you're down there, more decals.
You're not allowed up until you get 10 more done. You have an hour. Go.
Right.
That's awesome, though. It's cool to see where you guys have come, because I remember like when you were just talking like, oh yeah, I think I'm going to get into this decal thing, and to see like it's almost like how niched I've gotten with like selling cards. That's kind of how almost niched you guys have gotten with like the decals and the custom work. So it's been fun to watch the journey and the transformation of the business to kind of where it is now.
Well, I'll tell you, the decals is Destiny's passion. I miss the reselling everything stuff, man. I love the hunt. I love the thrill of the flip, and you don't get that from decals. Everything's done online. I go online, I get my designs, I upload them. I spend so much FaceTime on the computer here. I'm trying to get Destiny to take it all over so I can go back to my thing.
Yeah, for sure. That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, you think about it though. From like you're saying, from a sourcing perspective, from different types of things, being able to do that, it does make it, makes it a little more mobile for you to be able to do. Not that you want to, let's say, go on vacation and sit there and do it, but you could,
we can, we have our portable cutters that we can take with us. We can put our vinyl. We can put out all our inventory, everything we need to run our business, in 2 black totes and go.
That's awesome.
And so, it's nice in that aspect. Where when you're running a everything eBay store, you can't do that. You either got to put it on vacation, and then it takes a while to recover from that.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's what I've found, moving to cards. Also the other things, my son, is still here at home and everything. So he knows how to ship. He knows how, how the stuff is inventoried. So when I have to travel for my, my regular job, I'm like, hey, sold a couple cards on eBay. He can come down here, sit down, print the labels, pack them. And it's,
right.
super quick, super easy. Just get them to the post office, and you're done and everything. So you're right. having that extra help, or even being able to take it with you, definitely is is a positive, where you're not having that lull. I mean, Anthony
Right.
experienced it when he, went overseas, or when he went on his cruise.
Yeah. Oh, it was crazy. Like speak of like the store like slumping, like that was the biggest thing for me, is just not doing any activity for like 2 weeks and then coming back, getting all the stuff out and then getting sick, and then it's like another week plus of like doing nothing. So it was just like felt like I was starting from scratch once I got back. What's up, Kenny? Good to see you, brother. Dom said, when you were on eBay, what was your favorite product to sell? Like, well, I guess just that wasn't your own product.
Right. Medical stuff. I love medical stuff. I've sold tons of oxygen tubes. I've sold tons of braces. I loved it because for me, in my town, it was one of the things that was really easy to get.
Yeah.
Was medical equipment. And I just did really, really well with it.
That's awesome.
Right.
I know one thing I used to do like every month, like after I started to lose weight, like I used to have diabetes and I had to test my blood sugar. So I'd get like scripts for those like blood test strips and stuff like that. Man, like after like I no longer had diabetes, I'd still be getting the scripts. You put that on eBay, man, those like test strips, like you would think like something like that small and insignificant, like they're actually worth a good bit of money, like to people that have to pay out of pocket for that stuff.
Yep. I used to sell a GABA, just a little lancets that you poke yourself with. Not even a strip, just a little lancets, and I'd sell them like crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. I used to basically use my test strips to buy cards every month. What we got here? That's real nice. Flower and butterfly.
Yeah, this was a custom order as well.
Nice.
I can hear myself through the floor. But this was a custom order for actually somebody local. And this is a layered piece.
It was for our postmaster. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, our postmaster. I made this for our postmaster. And this was 3 different vinyls layered. 3 different colors layered. So
that's really nice. I bet that was tedious as heck to do.
It wasn't easy. It was not.
Just with all the detail and the multiple colors that are so close.
Yeah, she has that one, and she had this one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So 3 different colors, and
what are the words say? Like, from where I'm sitting, it's hard to get a full view, but what did the words say on there?
It says, "A big piece of my heart lives in heaven."
Oh, that's really nice. That's really cool.
And then this was another special order. This was from Tommy getting a picture sent to him. And then he was able to turn it into a picture that I could turn into a decal.
That's really cool. Dom's asking, how loud are the machines when they're running that you use to make these?
It depends on which machine. So I have a Silhouette Cameo 3 that's louder than our Silhouette Cameo 4 24-inch cutter. And it's just because it's just how it is. The other 24-inch that we have is really quiet, and I think the 3 is like the loudest one we have, and it's not that loud because I've been on lives where it's been cutting, and I'm like, let me know if it's too loud, and they're like, oh, well, we don't really hear it, but because I'm right next to it all the time, I'm constantly hearing it. Here is another decal this is another one of my favorites. The one-eyed cat.
Oh,
and
cool.
I don't have the pictures of what they actually look like. I just have the decals. But yeah, this was a special order. Lady had a one-eyed cat and she wanted to turn him into a decal, and so we did for her, and she was so happy and ecstatic.
Good question by Dom. He says, what kind of files do you need to get them made up? Vector files and all that jazz?
Yeah, they're SVG files.
If he were to, him or like any random person were to send you guys something, do they have to have it converted to that? Or is that something that they could send you any form of image and you're able to convert it to?
Most people end up just sending us a regular image file, a PNG or a JPEG or whatever, and then we use our software to convert it into the SVG.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I see, like, you're showing a lot of this stuff with the dogs. It's all kind of stuff. I mean, do you get requests if somebody has a favorite saying they say and they want to put it on their, I don't know, their Yeti mug or something along those lines? I mean, you do that type of stuff too, right?
Yeah, we've had people that requested like names for their boats and stuff like that. They wanted a big saying down the side of their boats. We've done a couple of that. We can pretty much do anything in a single or dual color.
I'll have to get a Huddle Mania sticker, Dom.
Okay, that picture, that picture right there, I have the bulldog or whatever it is. I actually have the original picture that one started from.
Oh, nice.
Not that one.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so that's what he looks like.
So
let me stop sharing my screen.
So I can show you what they sent us for that picture.
Cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to see kind of what the transition looks like from regular picture to what the decal looks like.
Share screen.
That's uncanny. It looks exactly the same.
Had to be this way.
That does look really, really good. That was a great rendition.
That they sent, and then we took that, we were able to take that picture and turn it into that decal that she just showed.
That's very cool.
That's really cool.
That's the only
I guess, like Brennan was saying, like, could you take, if somebody had a favorite sports card, I don't know if you could actually, take it and turn it into a vinyl. I don't know if that would be, would that be a copyright type thing?
That's a really good question. You know what I'm thinking of? You know how Dustin, the sports card dad, has those pictures behind him of like paintings of like the Michael Jordan rookie and like that kind of stuff. I'd be cool as heck to have like my favorite car on the back, or my favorite card like on the back of my car, or like like on my laptop or whatever. You know what I mean? Like my tablet, even. Like that'd be really cool. But that's a good question though, being that a lot of cards are licensed products. Like, would that be something that you'd run into, putting like an actual sports card or collectible card on an image?
Yeah, I really don't know the legality of that. I would have to look into that. Yeah, being licensed, I would imagine. I don't know. I would think there would probably be some sort of something. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to gift it to you, and you just have to donate to our business.
Hey.
Yeah.
You just put your PayPal or your Venmo.
That's really
cool.
PayPal. I'm sure you could probably even just like, make a instead of like tops, you know what I mean? Like just change the logos to like TBE or something like that, you know,
Right,
which
something.
is your company, you know, like, or, you know, you could probably tweak it enough to where it's like your own thing. But yeah, I mean, like you said earlier, better to not put your business in jeopardy, you know, at the price of a
Right.
decal.
Right.
Right.
And there's the jewelry section that he made for
Oh,
me.
nice.
Very nice.
Really
Oh,
nice.
very cool.
So, and then that's the workstation.
Nice.
If I can get this to, there's all the vinyl where I cut them and weed them. This is where I used to cut them.
Nice.
And then
Really
those
cool.
are all decal slots behind her there.
Oh, yeah.
When they're
Okay,
done,
cool.
is that where you put them?
Yeah.
Yep.
When we have decals that sell regularly, she'll like pre-cut a bunch.
Oh, that makes
Mhm.
sense. That way you can just pack and ship.
You know. And then we'll end up with a bunch of overruns, and that's what we try to push out on Whatnot
Okay.
instead of sitting
That
on
makes,
them.
that makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's nice.
These are like our mom and dad decals
Mm-hmm.
that we have.
Oh, that's good. Is that from The Hangover?
I don't know.
Like the baby? Or is that just like a random kid?
It's just a random kid.
This is a popular one. Um,
That's a great
That's
question,
awesome.
Brendan. That's a great question.
Yeah, that is a good question. He says, is the end game being a studio and signing artists to bypass the copyright game? Like to have artists to make your own designs and stuff, so that way you don't even have to worry about any of the copyright stuff.
Just gave them something new to think about.
No, yeah. I mean, we're pretty happy with where we get our designs from and the licensing we have. So I mean, at this point, we haven't really looked beyond that because I'm telling you, the designs are basically unlimited.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some really unique ones that you've shared on social media as well, too, Tommy.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we have some amazing ones like this.
Nice.
And this one.
Mom 24/7. I love that. That's awesome.
And then we have a nano one.
Very cool.
And a mama bear. And there's tons. We have tons.
And again, guys, you still have time if you want to get any custom stuff done for Christmas or just any of their designs they already have. Just licensed ones. Tommy said he had 624. I'm sure he probably has even more listed that aren't licensed designs as well. So lots of options.
Yeah. Definitely,
Nice.
if anybody's got anything in mind, you know, and we can take an idea too, and we can definitely work with you. You
Let
know,
me find a better one than that.
Very cool.
So
what you have listed, let's say in your eBay store, will all of, I mean, obviously not all of them are behind Des, right? So are some of those like, so there's just like sayings or pictures of stuff that are out there that you may have to print out.
Right. Just most orders are done when they're ordered. These are just, you know, when instead of just cutting one, when somebody orders one, we'll cut. What do you do, honey? You cut four?
I usually do 2. I will cut 2, and depending on if they order 2 or 4, or 2 or 3, I will always have an extra. But I always at least cut 2. when it's ordered. If they
So,
order
so that's where all these pre-cut decals are coming from. And then, like, if you notice, a lot of them are like our top sellers are black and white decals.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody orders one blue one, well, she cuts two just because of the way it works out on the machine. She'll cut two, so then one of those go in that slot, and hopefully somebody orders another blue one at some point, and they just build up because people don't order blue or always order yellow. You know.
Dom has a good question. Is there a difference between licensed and copyrighted? Or is it, I mean, I may have just said both terms, or maybe we did, I'm not sure. But is there a difference between those terms when it comes to the decal game?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So a copyright is like anybody can file a copyright. Now,
Okay.
if let's take that certified zip tie technician. Say I made that design. That was my design. I go and copyright it. Now that's my design. I own it. But you want to sell it. I can give you a license to sell my design. So you would be a license holder of my copyright.
Gotcha. And to follow up on Kenny's question, he says, do you guys have copyrights to all these? You were saying earlier you guys have licensing to use these designs. So that would be somebody else's copyright, but they license you the ability to use it for your business. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
So do these have a shelf life?
They do. The vinyl itself, once it's adhered to your substrate, whatever you're putting it on, like I say, has a 10-year warranty. Vinyl on the roll to be used has about 2.5 years before it's going to create so much memory from the roll that it's just not going to be workable, which we don't usually have a roll in our possession, even of an odd color, for more than a couple of months.
Okay.
So it's now once they're cut and they're in that position, as long as they're in like a temperature controlled environment, it doesn't get too hot or too cold, those could sit there for a long time.
So then if, say, you guys are coming up on your shelf life, like obviously you don't because you sell through enough, but if you were, theoretically, you could just create a bunch of designs for backstock and theoretically stretch it longer.
Right.
Almost like the freezer method, kind of, I guess.
Kind of, yeah. But we have never even come close to nearing the shelf life of any of our. We go through it way too fast.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. You know what I mean? That like, even though it's like a pay to play and it's somewhat, difficult to compete with a lot of the other businesses, but you still sell through enough of your stuff to where you're never having to worry about wasted materials.
Right. It's definitely in the decals. It's definitely a quantity game. I mean, you're not getting rich per decal. It's selling a ton of $5 decals.
Do you find that people do like multiple decals? Like if, say, I'm ordering one for me, like I might order one for my girlfriend, my mom, and my cousin at the same time. Like, does that type of stuff happen? Because I noticed with cards and stuff like that, people will typically bundle as much as they can into that envelope to, save on shipping and stuff. Does that happen with the decals as well?
Absolutely. We get a bunch of multi-quantity orders. And we get a ton of repeat buyers.
Nice.
I mean, we have customers come back to us over and over and over again. We have businesses that buy from us through eBay, and I honestly wish they would reach out to us directly, because the I don't know if they're selling them in their shops or whatever, but they're ordering the same decals over and over and over again. And when we send out our orders, we send it out. It's got our a card with it. It's got all our contact information. I wish they would say, hey, how can we buy from you directly? You know, give me a phone call, drop me an email.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's cool, just like all the different things you have.
Oh yeah,
No,
there's a ton.
Yeah.
I've even seen people starting to decorate their homes with this type of stuff now.
That's becoming more and more popular with like the farmhouse kitchen type stuff and
Yep.
the trees on the walls and
These are ones for
the craft rooms.
Now all these are permanent per se. That if you were to put them on, if you were to go into a house and you see a craft room and had a bunch of those on the walls and stuff, I mean, obviously you can scrape them off. It's not like I could take it with me when I move, right?
Right. Now we do have a majority of the ones she's showing you are permanent vinyl. We do have an option. It's a matte black removable vinyl, because if you were to put a permanent vinyl on your painted wall and it sits there, say 2 years, and now you don't want it no more and you go to take it off, it's going to take your paint off. But what she's holding there is actually a removable vinyl that you would be able to take off without ruining your paint.
Oh,
nice.
And the vinyl itself is the same quality as the permanent. It's just the adhesive is different.
and that stays.
And all of these, even when we say they're permanent, it's like if you put it on your car or you put it on your toolbox at work or whatever you're applying it to your window, it's not like you'll never be able to get it off. You can get it off with a hair dryer and a razor blade.
You're good.
They are removable. It's just you're not going to be able to use it again. Where the removable one, you could actually remove and stick in a different spot once or twice. You know, the more you stick it, the less that adhesive is going to be good.
Here's great. Do they come with instructions on how to attach them?
Yes, absolutely. You get a printed instruction sheet that shows you step by step with photos. She's going to show you one here. How they apply.
And then
Very cool. Very cool.
You made it Anthony proof.
you get a decal with it, or a business card with them.
Nice. So you guys really have thought of it all, haven't you?
We try.
Brendan says, I wonder if you could replicate an animation cell.
I don't know what that is.
No, I was just going to say, I'm not sure what an animation cell is.
I'm guessing it would be sort of like an acetate. What I'm thinking of is like a cartoon like thing made out of like plastic that they would draw it on to where they would animate, because a lot of times what they would do with the old animation would be they would just layer these clear plastic pages on top of each other and move them around so it makes the illusion that the character's moving. So I'm guessing that's what you mean, Brendan. I could be wrong, but
so would that kind of be like related to our cards? Would that kind of be like, I remember WWE was doing in the flagship where you could get what looked like
it was almost like a negative out of like a picture, like you know, like a trimmed negative, like something like that, only like original artist drew. I'm guessing some kind of animation, like say The Simpsons or something, like say Bart Simpson, you know, like an original drawn cell of him, I'd imagine is what he means.
Probably not a good one to try to weed.
Might not be that much.
I was gonna bring the camera over and weed so everybody could see, but this isn't probably an appropriate one. We do sell sassy decals as well. I just don't like showing those on live.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Brendan. These are some great ideas. I think of it from that perspective too, because like I'm somebody that goes to a lot of card shows and set up. Like I've already paid to set up at the next 3 Pittsburgh card shows. So if I could show up with like cool, unique, like custom, like sports card stuff, that'd be cool to put out there. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm not paying like incredible downtown money for like downtown looking cards. You know what I mean? Like, even just to throw a few custom things out, in my case, to get people to stop and say, hey, what is that thing? You know what I mean? Like that, I think that'd be pretty cool. Like I've been making trades on Veriswap just to get like some wow factor stuff. Like I just picked up Elizabeth Olsen autograph, who's the Scarlet Witch on Marvel, just so like when people walk by my case, like normally like, hey, is that a Snoop Doggy Dog card? It's like, yeah, it is. You know what I mean? So I put like weird stuff in there so people stop and like look at my stuff and hopefully buy something. So, but yeah, I think that you guys could provide that to like a lot of guys that are in our card community too. Like, something that's like unique to have people stop at our booths and look at what we're trying to sell.
Yeah, we'll definitely try to come up with something.
Well, Anthony, I mean, you could do your card. You own the right. Right? I mean, you have a. Well, I'm being serious. Like you have that card. That's you.
Yeah, I don't know that I own the right to it, but I'm pretty sure that the indie company that made it doesn't probably care anymore or exist anymore. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could probably replicate that. The only problem is like there's very few and far between people that actually care about Tony Hansen. Even though I gotta say, you beat me to it. I was gonna say I do look incredibly good in a singlet,
and that's the silver autograph version.
It sits on my desk over
awesome.
here with Kermit the Frog.
I'm in good company. That's really cool.
Hey, I was so excited when I got this. You have no idea.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you liked it, because you're probably one of the few people on planet Earth that care about that card. Although I'm one of them too, because I have one like sitting over on my little shelf too. So, but then again, I
have one in everyone. I have one in almost in every one of my videos.
That is true, and I do pop every single time I see that.
Right.
Yeah, I get excited. So, but yes,
this is great stuff. I mean, like I said, I remember, you were talking about earlier, Tommy in the basement and going ahead and showing the hats and the this and the coffee mugs and all the other kind of stuff and everything,
Yeah, I used to live in that basement, man.
Yeah,
down there all the time.
Yeah, we used to call you the cellar dweller, man. You were always down there.
Now I actually got an office with 2 windows.
Nice.
You can see daylight.
Multiple computer screens and everything, man. You moved on up.
We each have 1,
Nice.
2, 3 screens.
Oh, that is really nice.
Yeah. And so my
I'm on
computer is clipping.
That setup there, that's Jaslyn's setup.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in here and works with Dad.
That's awesome.
Screen. She can't at the moment because, well, she's got a cast on her foot, so she can't be in there too much. But
tell her I hope she gets better soon.
Oh yeah, she should be up and running around within 5-6 weeks.
Yeah, if that.
We're done.
Hey, at least it's the winter time that this happened. You know what I mean? Where she's not like outside a lot, especially since you guys are in Wisconsin.
Right, and that was the whole point of it, was to do it during the winter, get it overdone with, and she's good. Yeah. But
for sure.
Thank you, Dami.
Did you see the baseball news here, Michael? Juan Soto traded to the Yankees. It looks like D-backs sign Erod. Hey, thanks, Dom. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, so I guess the next question really for you guys would be, is there anything we didn't cover that you want people to know about, either about the business, your YouTube, or like anything else?
We pretty much covered Covered all of it. I do think with my YouTube channel, I haven't done much on it in quite a while, but I think I'm going to play with some AI stuff on there
Nice.
and see
Really cool.
what I can do with that, because I'm really intrigued by the AI
Nice.
generated.
And I bet you that would get a lot of clicks too. You know what I mean? Like, I just think of a lot of people like really interested in that type of thing, you know, at least probably more so than like, hey, how do I sell this thing I got at a thrift store at a, you know, on eBay or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely a market for that. That's probably bigger than, hey, look at this sports card I just bought. But
what
that is like a huge.
I need
like,
to sign out of here.
amazing.
I'm going to come right back up.
Cool.
My computer is clipping bad.
Yeah, no worries. We're wrapping up anyway, but we'll see you when you get back
I
up.
will be right back.
Well, that's what I want to kind of do is merge the AI with, because I know reselling. So
yeah,
you merge the AI with reselling to make reselling interesting again.
Yeah, that would be cool. And you know what? There's a lot of AI programs going into reselling now. Like, for example, eBay, even now they will write your descriptions with AI.
Right.
You know, like there's Card Dealer Pro for like sports card people. That'll be like AI software to write your listings. I'm sure there's probably something for other type of dealers too. But do you know of any other software AI version for reselling, Michael? Like, I know obviously there's the multi-platform stuff like the Vendus or the List Perfectly's that you can send it to multiple places through their AI or whatever software that is. But the stuff that actually does it for you is like what's really intriguing for me.
Yeah, I mean, AI gets better and it gets more and more scary, to be honest with you.
For
You know,
sure.
when you look at some of the things that can be done with it. But I think from a reselling perspective, you know, um, what scares me about it and using it as a description is, as a seller, am I do I have to like make sure that I read that description and make sure that it really is more accurate? So is that more work than just trying to go ahead and type something out myself? You know, because you know, as a reseller, right? You put something in a description, you're not paying attention. Somebody reads it, and then all of a sudden, hey, that's not exactly what you sent me. So something's not 100%. So that's the only thing that scares me about using it for reselling, when a customer can use it, you know, against you very easily if something is wrong.
You definitely got to proofread the AI, and I really don't suggest it for used goods. You know, anything that would have like any sort of flaw or anything, you know. If you got something brand new in the box, you're doing retail arbitrage, you're probably pretty safe with AI.
True.
But anything that's used, you would definitely have to make sure you proofread it.
Yeah.
I'm probably guilty of that too, because almost every single one of my listings I've done for like the last couple thousand are probably just done by AI, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, that does make a lot of sense, you know, to make sure it doesn't say something like crazy. It could, you know, who knows what it's going to say, you know, because it's all generated based off of the specifics you pick, I believe.
I've used AI for our decal descriptions, and there's been times where I've had to correct it because it would just throw something oddball in there, you know.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's super cool. Michael, is there anything coming up on Huddle Card that we haven't talked about in the beginning of the show?
No, just that, you know, we didn't pick it out, but this was number 50.
Yep.
For the last 50 weeks, we have been on air, either, one of these days, you know. So we are, we're getting there. We're hopefully going to do something pretty cool on 52 to end the first year, and then 53, which will be season 2, episode number 1. Do something special there. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Other programming notes. The next 2 episodes are going to be over on Michael's channel over on Huddle Card Collection. So make sure you guys are subscribed over to his channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to Tommy and Destiny too. Follow them on Instagram. like I said, if you guys are interested in any stuff, they will take care of you on some personal levels or whatnot
Absolutely.
as well. So, guys, I genuinely appreciate you coming on tonight and spending the last 2 hours just letting us pick your brain about your business and about reselling and all this stuff. It's been fun catching up.
We appreciate you having us on, man. It's been
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
We got to do it
Absolutely.
more often.
Yes, anytime. Like I genuinely enjoy this, and I've missed getting to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
But guys, leave us some comments down below after the show goes off if you have any ideas for guests moving forward. If you're interested in being a guest moving forward, there's really no parameters for you don't have to be a polished person, or you don't have to have your own business or anything like that. If you like sports cards, if you like eBay, it's kind of what we go for.
Yep.
But definitely hit up me and Michael. Our Instagrams are scrolling down below. But again, next 2 weeks over on Huddle Card,